All right, so here we have Kirsten. She's at our tee station. Now, normally we would never take tee work at home plate and use up an entire infield because that's just a waste of an infield. We should be using the infield dirt for defensive things. We don't need to see her how far she can hit on an infield. In fact, if you look over here, I have some kids hitting right now. There we can see us working on our tee work where we don't need it, and we can have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kids hitting. It's not going to get in the way of an infield practice there. They can work on their tee work there. So back at home, you can see we never place the tee on home plate for a number of reasons. One, we want to use the plate as our guide where we set up in the box, because when we're doing coach pitch or kid pitch divisions, we can't just come up and stand willy-nilly. We need to stand in the same spot. And the reason we stand in the same spot is the zone doesn't move. If we're in the box, the zone is behind us. If we're up in the back of the box, the zone is in front of us. We want the zone right at our power spot, and our power is out front. So if we set the tee up here, now we're trying to hit behind, and that's not gonna help us. So when we set up here, we wanna see our players, back up Kirsten, pointing their toe right to that back corner here. Now that's if they take a small stride. If they don't take a stride, then we can move them up just a little bit. And you can see Kirsten is in front here, right here. That's okay. So again, the tee comes out front, and now when she swings, give me a half check swing, Kirsten. Halfway and stop. So now, come a little closer. Now you can see she's out front where her power is, and she can extend through the ball. If we move the tee back here, now she's hitting here. Now everything is coming weak away, and we don't want that. We want to get strong here. And if she were to try and turn her hands, that's even worse. Let's at least enable her to hit well and hit strong up front. So that's where we hit all the time, every time. Now you'll hear Coach Wade say, never move your players in the box. That's fantastic advice because our zone doesn't move. So we don't want to move our players up if it's a slow pitcher. We need to teach them how to adjust their timing, and we have more drills for that. We'll cover that. We always stay here and just adjust our timing. It's the only thing we ever do. Show me this. So when we're in the box, show me your straight feet. You can see Kirsten has her feet kind of crooked here. Let me see your back. Here it's kind of, you see this angle here? We want it square. So bring your toes up. So we can use this bat to point right to the pitcher, and that's a good a little physical thing that she can use to see what she's doing wrong. So now when we come here, her feet are square. Her back foot is square. We always want this one square. This one can be square to open to 45. If she's not gonna do a stride or she's gonna do a toe touch, open to 45 is good, because when we do swing, we open our hips, and we don't want that knee to bind up and get caught up. So 45 is good. Our knees are bent, this is good. Our chest is over our toes, and our hands are back. Now we like it if we're not going to load, if we're just gonna start loaded with our younger divisions, knob is to the catcher's feet, not to mom and dad, and not to the plate. Knobs to catcher's feet. This is a good started spot. You'll hear some people call this the launch position. After we've strode, our hands are back. This is where we are. So Kirsten, go and take a small little toe touch and give me one swing, okay? So here you can see, again, when she swings, we want to open up these hips. The most important part is this foot has to turn. This foot has to turn to open these hips, okay? If it doesn't turn, you can see it just unwinds her, and now she can't use her big muscles to hit the ball hard. We can only use our arms, and that's just gonna generate weak ground balls, and we don't want that. An old adage we used to say was squish the bug. At elite hitters, top hitters, we don't squish the bug. We actually get our weight off that back foot. At this age, squishing the bug is a good stepping stone to get to that point. So here, we turn our foot. Now, one of the things I'll say, I won't say squish the bug, I'll say turn that back foot. And what we'll find is with hitters, as they naturally progress in their ability, they'll naturally start to get off that back foot, and then we can work on things like a paint stick drill or some of these other more advanced drills. But for here, this is okay. For fall season, for Little League, squishing the bug is okay as long as we're moving forward and getting this good hip rotation, because this is where the power is. Come back again. Now one thing, at this age and up, it's gonna be challenging, or I'm sorry, this age and down, it's gonna be a little challenging. When you get a little older, it's easier. We want to open these hips first. So when we stride, we open our hips and we keep our shoulders back. This is hard to do for her, so it's gonna be a little challenging. Can you open your hips more? Now you see her, see how this torque is happening in her body? See how her hips, her belly button's starting to open, but her shoulders are staying tight? That's that hand-hip separation that we really want, because that means we're using these big muscles in our torso to swing the bat, not just our arms. You can relax. So we're gonna take just a few. I'm gonna have you move over here. Actually, we'll come back here. That way you're out of the way. So again, I like to place a bucket of balls behind the tee, and the player can do their own work. I like to enable all of my players to do their own tee work, so that they don't need to be babysat. We can only work on mechanics. We don't need someone teeing up for. So here it is here. You can see it's out of the way. You get a little closer for me, just a little bit. You're not swinging. For those tee-ball coaches, if I'm by a person with a bat, I hold the weapon. You will get hit by it if you don't. Even at this age, they forget and they get excited when they see the ball. Hold the weapon, okay? And generally don't stand behind their vision. This is my daughter, so I can do things to her later. I can take away and give her consequences if she hits me. You can't do that with yours. So I'm gonna back away. So here she's gonna, again, now she's got her good feet, her hands are back. Give me a small step and turn and hit the ball hard. Good. Now you can see a few things happen. She broke down her back, she kind of went backwards here. She didn't turn her back foot, so let's try those few things. So stay strong, stay upright, and turn that back foot. She turned her back foot and then she dropped her hands. Let's try again. So look, we made an adjustment and things broke down. We expect that to happen. It's not a bad thing. That means she made a change. So let's go back and try it again with same thing. Better. So now she made the adjustment again. One more time. Better. Now see how she's slowly moving up that ball. Okay, turn that hip, hit that ball right in the middle. I like to tell kids to hit right between the seams, and then I personally, instead of making it flat, move it down, because now they've got something to see. Wade talks about seeing the seams when you hit the ball when it's a flying pitch. These are the things we're talking about. So hit that ball right there as hard as you can. Turn those hips. Great job. So that's going to be our tee station. I hope we can do this every practice for our younger ones and our older ones at least once a week. You can expect to see 4 to 8 tees at any practice station, so that way we're getting lots of reps. Coaches can walk the line, make small adjustments, and let them work and feel it. I mean, baseball is an important sport where we feel our bodies doing different things, feeling the sequences, so you have to let them feel it too, even at this age. Thank you so much.